So what can go wrong? Obviously, if you run a signage network, you're gonna find that not everything runs perfectly all the time. You can have sort of monkeys in the works, so to speak. A typical problem is a full disk drive failure. Drives have a sort of half-life, and once they go, they tend to kind of go without warning. Displays, they last pretty long, but at some point, you start to get some failure with them, like the pixels start to go or whatnot, and you can even have like a hard display failure. In that case, you just got to replace them. For larger networks, like universities, these guys tend to try to plan for that obsolescence and kind of try to know what the mean time between failure is for them so that they can have replacements ready, so that they're not running someplace dark for any amount of time. More common are like network issues, like you can't update content because your network's not reliable, or you've got some widget on your feed that's pulling real-time data such as weather data, but because the network is not properly functioning, you might see weather data that's 3 days old, which, that's really bad, right? No one wants to see that. And of course, there's always user error, like the new guy or the new gal didn't mean to delete all that content, or I thought I scheduled the right content at the right time, but I sort of can't figure it out. For our military friends in the Navy, there is, of course, NMCI, which is known for having intermittent network issues and load issues and whatnot. Black screen, not good, unless it's really late at night and you've programmed your signage to be dark because there's no one around to see it. You want to save energy or whatnot. But during the day, if this is what you're seeing, that's a problem. You want to be able to get that resolved, depending on how mission critical it is, right? If you're trying to sell ads and you've promised that you're selling ads, for instance, and your screen is dark, that's not a good thing. Say a hacked player. We've all maybe heard of examples of somebody hacking a publicly accessible player and putting less than desirable content on there. You kind of want to have some assurance that the players aren't that accessible, so that somebody could just put a stick in there and run their own stuff. Also, a blue screen of death. We've seen these. This is a bad sign, right? Usually indicates that your machine is crashed hard and that you have to at least reboot it. Hopefully that solves the problem. I'm going to take a chance and show this, courtesy of Dave Haynes in the 16:9 newsletter that he sent yesterday. And if you guys are interested in digital signage, I recommend you take a look at this. But points to anyone who can see what's wrong with this video here in the first minute or so. So this is a fashion show, and that's a runway essentially. So reading the text in the back here might be a hint. So I don't know if they designed this to be this way. I doubt it. But those are all components of the sign that are experiencing the blue screen of death, essentially. So that's a fail right there. And then the show goes on as planned. But I wouldn't want to be the person who's in charge of making sure that kicks off properly.